Hey everybody, Christine here. I thought I'd make a video inside today since it's cold and rainy outside. And as you can see, I'm surrounded by my gear. So this is a gear video, but it's also just to give you an update on what my plans are. I am going on the Appalachian Trail. I'm doing it. I'm planning on starting either the last week of February or the first week of March. I haven't told my boss yet. I am hoping that I can work something out with him where I can take 7 to 8 months off and then come back to work. So please pray for me. I hope that he'll go for it. I don't know. If not, I can always find another job in another vet hospital. I'm sure I've been in the field for quite a long time now, so I have quite a bit of experience. So that shouldn't be a problem, but I'm hoping to go back to my original job because I love my job there. And I love the people that I work with. So anyway, enough of that. I thought I'd do a gear video since I have pretty much all of my gear. The only thing I'm missing is the Garmin InReach Mini, which is super duper expensive, and I just am waiting till the last minute to get it. So yeah, so that one will be later on. Anyway, pardon me, I'm gonna take a drink. This is root beer, by the way. It's really tasty. I don't usually drink soda, but we had a party over the weekend and I have some leftover root beer. Anyway, so let's start with the big 3 or 4, I guess you would say. So I did upgrade my backpack to the Osprey EJ 58 new and improved. My old one was also an Osprey EJ 58, but it was blue and it had no hip belt pockets. And I also had removed the brain on it, which I'm not going to do to this one. So anyways, this one, the big improvements are that they do in fact have hip belt pockets, which I'm super happy about. And they have 5 different adjustments for the shoulder straps, which I'm really happy with too, because it actually fits me so much better than the old one does. I've used it a few times. I used it on the Camden Hills Trail, which I really liked. It was super comfortable. It was very light. Oh no, wait. Yes, I did. Yeah. I didn't film that one though. Anyway, so yeah, I really like it. I'm gonna leave the brain on because I found that the extra bag really comes in handy to just have another compartment that's not all inside of the one big compartment, just to keep some of the little things handy that I tend to use frequently while I'm hiking. So I'm going to keep that on for now. I may remove it once we get on trail and find that I don't really need it. But for now, I'm going to start out with it. And I still have a contractor bag inside for rain protection. I may or may not bring the rain cover for the pack because I also have a waterproof clothing bag that my son got me for, I think, my birthday. But I'm probably going to use that. So I have a lot of rain protection for my bag, so I may not use the rain cover. I also have a fanny pack that I'm going to use for in-town stops, carry my wallet, glasses, whatnot, snacks maybe, in addition to the hip belt pockets. So that's my pack. My sleep system that hasn't changed, so it's still the REI Magma 15-degree mummy bag, which I had to repair because my lovely puppy ripped a hole in it, and I used the original stuff sack to make a patch out of it and some silicone to patch it on. And it worked out really well. I used this on the Cutler Coast Trail and it was super warm. and comfortable, and I didn't feel any drafts from that spot that I repaired, so that was awesome. I was actually overheating, so I had to actually kick my leg out and unzip it, kind of use it as a quilt instead. I also have the Sea to Summit bag liner, so for extra warmth on those super cold days. And I have the Nemo Elite Pillow for more comfort. And I have this accordion style sleep pad that it's an extra wide. I do have the Nemo one, but this one works out a lot better in the hammock, which I will get into next. It just helps to keep the hammock open a little bit more, and I did cut it so that it just goes down under, it goes from my shoulders down to my knees, and that will keep the draft off of what needs to be kept off of. And I use that setup on the Cutler Coast Trail, and it worked out really well. So for my shelter, I have the War Bonnet Blackbird hammock, I think it's called, and my War Bonnet, what is it called? The Superfly tarp. So I have those two things. The Superfly tarp has the doors on both sides, so that I have a lot of the tarp actually goes all the way down to the ground, and then it has two flaps on either side of the ends of it to keep it closed, and I'll have like full privacy under there. So that's what I have, and I've had it for a few years, and I've used it a lot, and I like it. Mostly island camping, but I did use it on the Cutler Coast Trail too, and I really liked it. And I have my stakes and spare line. I'm bringing 8 stakes to start with. They're just regular aluminum stakes that I got from Walmart, I think. Yeah. All right, so those are my big 3. My big 4th one, I guess, is my bear canister. It's the biggest one. I can't remember what size it is, but it's the biggest one. So I'm gonna bring that as well. I know it's not required, but I just feel better about it because I'm really bad at throwing, so I don't think that I would do a great bear hang, and I'm not really interested in even learning, so I think the bear canister is gonna be better for me. I mean, I can always change my mind once I'm out there. Yeah, so those are my big 4 items. My next thing is my shoes. I'm going to bring my Ultra Lone Peak 6s. They're pretty worn out, but they still have a fair amount of tread on them, so I'm gonna keep using them until there's nothing left. And then I'll replace them. And I have the Dr. Scholl's plantar fasciitis insoles in them as well. I'll probably just replace those before I head out. And then for camp shoes, I have these ugly purple Crocs. They're just, you know, for walking around camp and to do water crossings, because then I can take my shoes and socks off and wear those because they have this nice strap that keeps them on your feet, blah blah blah. So that's what I'll use for camp shoes. Okay, and then I also have an umbrella. This is the Gossamer Gear umbrella. I have the clips to go on my pack to be hands-free, so I'm gonna bring that as well. And then I have my REI puffy coat, which has a lot of patches on it, but it still works great. So I'm going to keep using that until it doesn't have any more warmth to give me, but I'm going to keep using it for now. I have the Patagonia rain jacket, and it has the pit zips, so that's my raincoat. And then for my hands, I have the Smart Wool glove liners, which I use them every day. They work great. And then for extra warmth, I have these Enlightened Equipment mittens. And then you can pull the flap down so you have your fingers free to do whatever you need to do for fine motor things. But they're super warm. Really awesome purchase. I'm glad I got these. It was a little bit of a splurge, but I like them. I'm bringing a bug net. I know I won't need it right away, but it doesn't weigh anything, and it just makes sense to bring to right now. It makes sense to me to bring everything that I think I'm gonna need through the whole trek, rather than having things shipped to me and ship things back and all that. I just want to avoid all of that and simplify. Just bring everything I think I need. I have a Patagonia hat that I may wear this one, or I may wear, I don't know if you've seen some of my other videos, but I have this bright orange hat that's kind of fun. I don't know. I might bring that instead because it's orange and bright and fun. And I have a buff that I will bring. This is like SPF 50 or something like that. And it's also moisture wicking and blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I really need it or not, but I'm going to bring it. And then I have this Squawk. I'm sure you've seen it, me wearing it in some of my other videos, but it's made by Squawk. It's a small little cottage company that I found online, and it's super comfortable. It's really warm, and it's breathable, so even when it is kind of warm to be wearing a sweatshirt, it's nice. It has a hood, it has a front pocket. I like it. Check them out, Squawk. I also, so I'm going to be wearing this purple shirt for most of the time. It has a front pocket, has thumb holes in the sleeves, which I don't really like the thumb hole thing, but it has thumb holes. And it has a kind of a long collar, so for the colder months, it's going to be nice and cozy warm. I'll probably want to grab something that's a little bit cooler as the temperatures get warmer. For my pants, don't make fun, but I'm going to wear my scrub pants that I wear at work. They're made by a company called Fig. I just like scrub pants because they're super comfortable. This has a stretchy waist, and it has a bunch of pockets down the sides to keep different stuff in. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wear scrub pants. So that's my regular clothing, and then for the warm weather, I have just a regular tank top and athletic shorts that they're really thin and flowy, nice, comfortable shorts. For my base layer, I have these. I got these on Amazon for 25 bucks, super cheap. They're by Hero Biker. They're really soft inside. They're super warm. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring the top or not because they are so warm, but it might be nice to change into it after hiking just so that I'm not wearing sweaty clothes. So those are more so for my sleeping clothes. And then for my undergarments, if anybody cares, I'm not really a sports bra person. I really hate sports bras actually, but I'm gonna bring one. I have worn this a few times and it's really comfortable, but I still prefer a regular bra over a sports bra. But this is by New Balance. It's pretty comfortable. It has a racer back, and it has adjustable straps on the top. So I'm gonna bring that, but I'm also gonna be wearing one of my regular bras. It doesn't have an underwire because I hate underwires. So I'm doing that, and then I'm wearing some boy shorts. These are great for like swimming and stuff because they actually kind of look like bathing suits and they kind of feel a little bit like a bathing suit, but they're thin. So if I ever wanted to go swimming or whatever. And then I have another just regular pair of briefs by, I think it's called Skinny Girl. They're just spandex underwear, just regular underwear that I wear all the time anyway. So nothing special. And then for socks, I'm gonna bring 2 pairs of Darn Toughs, 2 pairs of Injinjis, both one to wash, one to wear, and then a pair of Wigwam socks for sleeping. Just because I think it would be nice to have something to change into for sleep. Something nice and clean. Okay. I lost track of what I'm doing. Oh, trekking poles. My Lucky Lasas. I've had these for a few years. I really like them. They're telescoping, so they adjust whatever and obviously close up to that size. So I'm gonna bring those. My bathroom stuff, I have a bidet by Human Gear that I'll bring, and my Kula cloth, and my Deuce No. 2 trowel for cat holes. So I'll bring that. And then I also have a little bag of toilet paper, wet wipes, and Q-tips that I'll have in my toiletry bag. And I have this Ziploc bag is full of both toiletries and first aid. So I have like various medications, ibuprofen, allergy pills, Imodium, bandages, gauze, triple antibiotic, toothbrush, hairbrush, chapstick, earplugs, and floss. If you want more about that, I can make another video, I guess, but this is kind of boring. And then for my water system, I have the Sawyer Squeeze. I guess I can take it out. I have the Sawyer Squeeze and the C-Knock or Canuck, however you want to say it, water bladder that I'm going to use. And I do have a couple of, I don't know if I'll bring the backwash syringe, probably not, but I have it in there for now. And an extra connector for the Sawyer Squeeze, which I will bring just because I heard that it comes in handy. I'll bring a Smart Water bottle and a Nalgene bottle. I know they're heavier, but you can pour hot water in them and snuggle up with them at night to keep you warm, which I might do because my fear is that I'm going to be too cold. So that might help to warm my hands up too, because I have Raynaud syndrome, so my fingers and toes get cold really quickly. So there's that. Cook system. So I have the BRS stove, and I have the Toaks 900 pot, and I do have a fuel canister that's full in there right now. And I am going to keep this stuff stacked because I just like to keep everything all tucked together. And I do have a little lighter with an extended little thing on it so that I don't have to keep my hands too close to the fire. So that's my cook system. For the rehydrating of my backpacker meals, I did get this Big Sky insulated bag. So you take the backpacker meal pouch and you pour the hot water in, you seal it back up, and you put it in here, and it keeps it nice and warm so that it rehydrates faster and maybe a little bit better. I don't know. But it doesn't weigh anything, so I did splurge and get that. I saw it on another backpacking video, and I thought it was kind of cool. I have a collapsible cup by Sea to Summit that I may or may not bring. I probably will because I don't want to drink out of the hot pot. This is specifically for my coffee. And speaking of coffee, I have the AeroPress coffee press. So I took this on the Cutler Coast Trail when I went with my husband, and I forgot the most important part of this thing was this little disc underneath, so it's full of holes. So you put the filter disc in there and the coffee goes in there and it holds it in. You pour the water over the top and then you press the hot water down and it comes down out of that into your cup. And it keeps the grounds from getting in there. But I forgot that disc, so I was so sad I didn't get coffee that day. And this is just a little container that holds the coffee filters. So, and it holds, I think it holds like, I don't know, 30 coffee filters, and it's really small and compact. So I may or may not bring that. I haven't decided yet, but I really like having coffee in the morning, so I may bring it. My Tokes spork has the polished spoon because I don't know, for some reason this matte finish doesn't feel good in my mouth. Anyways, there's that. Okay, the last thing I think is my electronics. So I definitely have to get a bigger bag for my electronics. Oh, I could start with my headlamp. So I have a black diamond headlamp. I don't know, it's just a black diamond headlamp. It has a few different settings. It has the bright white light or the dimmer light. It has the red light and it has flashing of either one of those. So there's that. It does take batteries. It's not a rechargeable. So I'm bringing extra AAA batteries, 2 packages. And then I'm also bringing my iPhone, which I'm filming this on. It's the iPhone 12. It's an old phone, but it's what I have, so that's what I'm using. And I also have 2 Anchor power banks. I think they're both 20,000 megahertz or amps, or I don't know. 20,000 is the number on them anyway. And then I have the Anchor charging block. It has, so this is the thing that you plug into the wall, and it has a bunch of connectors so you can charge multiple devices at once. And then I have various wires in here. I have the wire for my phone, and I have the regular plug for the charging block, and then a bunch of other wires to charge the power banks. I have the Soundcore earbuds and a charging cord for that. I have a microphone for when it's really windy on the trail and you guys can't hear my voice, in case you want to. I have this microphone and the connector that goes to my phone. So that's that. Those are the electronics, except for, like I said, the Garmin InReach Mini, which I will be getting. I'm procrastinating on spending the money because it's, aside from everything I already have, it's the most expensive piece of gear, and so I'm just kind of procrastinating and waiting until the last minute to get it. Yeah. And I think honestly, I think that's the only thing that I have left to get. I think I've covered everything. If I've forgotten anything, let me know in the comments, and I will reassure you that I'm bringing it. So that's all my stuff. I am going to pause the video and pack everything in my pack that I'm bringing, not that I'm wearing, to see how much my pack weighs with all that stuff in it, and I will video that. So stay tuned. Okay, so I've got everything packed in my backpack. I'm sorry about the glare behind me. I tried finding another place in my house that doesn't have that glare, but I don't. So I apologize if you can't really see it that well, but this is just the weigh-in to see how much my pack weighs fully loaded. So I did leave out all the things that I'm going to be wearing on my body. So I didn't include like my pants and socks and underwear that I'm going to be wearing, nor did I include my shoes or my my fleece or my gloves and hat, because I'm going to be wearing all of those things. So it's obviously not going to be in my pack. So I do have 3 days worth of food in my bear canister. So just keep that in mind with the weight total that I get. And I do have my Crocs on there, and I did include my rain fly just in case I decide that I want to take it. If it doesn't really add that much onto it, then I probably will just take it. So here goes. I'm gonna see how much it weighs. I'm sorry about no drum roll. Here we go. Okay, so it weighs in at 26.7 pounds, and then I'm gonna just slap it on to see how it feels. Sorry, this is a little awkward. All right, so it doesn't feel that bad. Obviously I'm standing still, I'm in a house and I'm warm, and also in my socks, but yeah, it feels pretty good. So yeah, fully loaded, 26.7 pounds. That's with 3 days of food and everything that I'm bringing with me on the trail. Except for the things that I'm going to be wearing and my trekking poles. Not that you need this action for trekking poles, but anyway, so that's that. Now I just need to make it to the trail. Well, first I have to tell my boss. So stay tuned for that episode. I'll let you know how that goes fairly soon. I don't want to wait too long because, like I said, I am planning on going either the end of February, early March. So that only gives me about 3 months, I think. 3 months. And it's a busy veterinary hospital, so as much notice as I can give him would be super helpful. So I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Happy hiking, everybody.